Here are 5 of the most common Breville Espresso machine issues and how to fix them. If you're having an issue where your shot just keeps running, it doesn't stop, and it just keeps pouring as much as it wants to, it may be a shot volume issue, something that we've seen on the Barista impresses, the new presses. This is the Breville Espresso impress. Here's exactly how you're going to want to fix that. So I already have my machine on and warmed up, so we're going to call that standby mode. And what you're going to want to do is take 2 fingers and then press and hold the 1 and 2 cup buttons, and then you're also going to want to hold the filter button where you would switch between the single and the double filter. So once you do that, you're going to hear 3 beeps. And once those 3 beeps are there, it's basically reset into a new programming mode so that you can reprogram your shot volume. So then next, you're going to want to either choose your single or double cup, depending on what size shot you want. It's like you're reprogramming your shot volume from scratch. So once you're happy with the volume, press the button again after the shot is started. So press it, let it go. Once you're happy with it, press it again, and then it will save that volume anew, so it won't keep pouring and pouring. The reason why we see this issue after descaling especially is either the flow meter inside the machine is having an issue registering volume, or it's just fully reset and it kind of needs to be a factory reset like this, and this will get you in a good place. So when you do reprogram your machine, you're going to want to do it with coffee in the portafilter tamped and pulling a shot as you would normally. And then you can either do it by the actual volume of liquid in the cup, or you can use a timer on your phone or a stopwatch for the 25 to 30 seconds that we recommend. So the next common issue that we see on Breville Espresso machines is with the brew pressure dials. What you're going to see if you're having an issue with your machine is going to be either the brew pressure is too low or too high. Now when your brew pressure is too low, so it's just left of the gray area or staying in the pre-infusion area, that means that your grind size is a little bit too coarse or you're using a little bit too little coffee. So what I would do first is get that grind size a little bit finer on the machine, pull another shot, and if it's getting closer, just notch down a little bit finer until you're in the espresso range, and then you should be good to go. Inversely, if it's way too high, if it's hitting the complete other side of the dial, it's probably choking the machine out a little bit. It's too high of a pressure. What you can do is either use a little bit less coffee or grind a little bit coarser, and then it should get you in a good solid range. Now, if you think that your pressure dial is not working whatsoever, you can use the back flush disc that comes with your machine. Put it in, hit the 2 cup button. If it does work, which it should, hopefully should, then it will go right up to the optimal pressure. And then you know it's actually functional and working, and then you can get all dialed in with your shot. Another issue that we see is that there's no water or coffee coming out of the portafilter at all. Now we're talking about the unpressurized baskets here. If you're using the pressurized basket, the one with just a single hole on the bottom, we made another video that you can check out. With this unpressurized basket, we're going to do a couple things to test before we make any conclusions. Firstly, what you'll want to do is take your machine, take the portafilter out like it is now, and just run either a single or double shot to purge the portafilter group head. If there's water coming out, then you're in a good place. You know it's not the pump or anything before that. So then we can go on to the next step. The next step is to check your grind size. A lot of times if you're seeing either no coffee coming out or like just a drop or two, you're at a really fine grind size. Now on a machine with a pressure gauge, it's easy to see because this can be at max when that's happening, but some of the machines, like with a touchscreen, don't have a pressure gauge. So if you're not seeing any coffee coming out, then try and get a little bit coarser on your grind size and see if see if the espresso is coming out better, and then just keep notching it a little bit coarser until you're in a good 25 to 30 second shot. And if there's no water coming out at all, even after all these tests, what I would think is that it's going to be a clogged basket itself. Now all these little holes can get clogged up with use, so what you can do is soak this in hot water and then give it, these are very fine holes, so it's likely that you're not going to have a tool fine enough to get into there, but soaking it with hot water or using the finest needle that you have can sometimes get that unclogged. There are replacement baskets that Breville has if it's really clogged, but most of the time a good soak in hot water and maybe some detergent would be good enough to get that fixed for you. With the portafilter removed, if there's no water coming out of the group head whatsoever, then the next thing you'd want to do is see if you can get steam or hot water out of the steam wand. If there's no water whatsoever, then you're going to want to have your machine serviced or have a tech take a look. And same with if this is working and if there's no water out of the group head, 9 times out of 10, it's also going to need a technician. You can attempt to descale the machine at first, but usually a technician visit, if there's no water whatsoever, is recommended by Breville. Next common issue that we see is with the steam wands and not having any steam pressure or hot water pressure when you turn the dial on the side of the machine. Firstly, what we want to do is check the steam wand tip. Breville provides a tool that has a thin needle that you want to poke up in here because sometimes milk can clog up the end of the wand. A lot of times that's the only issue, especially if you're seeing weak pressure, not no pressure. It's probably just a little bit of excess milk residue in the tip, and give that a cleaning with the tool. If that doesn't work, the next thing you can do is you can actually unscrew the steam tip. So it comes right off like this. And then you can take this part of the steam wand and with a glass full of water, hot water, right up to about this line here, you can soak it for 30 minutes, an hour. And a lot of times there's residue up in here. When you steam milk, there's a vacuum that gets pulled when the steam is shut off, and milk can get pulled up just a little bit. If that's the issue, then the hot water should take care of that. If you're not getting any better results after this, it's possible that there's something higher up in the line. There is a way to, get the steam arm off, but if it's higher up in the line than that, what you're going to want to do is also probably have it looked at by a technician. There could be an issue with the thermoblock or the thermojet that's not getting the heat up into the correct pressure for steam or hot water. The last issue that we see on Breville espresso machines is going to be the grind size, not adequate and not grinding fine enough. So if you're getting too fast of a shot, even with the dial all the way turned down to a 1, and there is an adjustment that Breville has for their upper burrs and within the machine, and it's pretty simple to do. You're just going to want to take the hopper off. There's a red dot on there and a handle. You just take that and you adjust it left. There's a directional arrow on the burr itself, which will get you a finer grind. So basically what you're doing, once you replace the burr, it is now closer than it was before at the exact same setting. So you're basically turning a 1 into a 5 or an 8 or an 11, depending on how much adjustment you do. And then you have a lot more grind size range to play with, and you're gonna get a much better shot if you're seeing all your shots going way too fast. I hope this video is helpful for you. If you've had a Breville espresso machine issue that we didn't cover, let us know down in the comments below and we can help you out.